Good, welcome. Here's another movie of myself, Marco, and Christo. We're doing a quick showcase of how to upload a file to HRCB Business, basically a file with changes, mutations that need to be imported into HRCB Business, one of the core systems of Youforce. So maybe, Christo, can you start? Can you show what is the file and how do you upload it, basically, using the file API?
Sure, Marco. I will present the screen. In this video, we will show you the documentation that we have regarding this file, batch input file. The first thing is to go to the documentation of File API, the developer portal. You have a link to go to that documentation. And here in the documentation, we have the supported file types that can be used for with File API. And for instance, let's take a look to the HR core business file types that are supported. And in that case, for this movie, we are going to upload a payroll batch input file. This is the pattern of the file. It could be a TXT, but also it could be a .dat file, which is an accepted pattern. And here we have also additional documentation about how to generate the file, how to create the file. So also, if you have any doubt, this documentation is available in the HR core business system, but also we add it here.
So I think so that means that the maybe you can show it indeed first. Let's have a look.
Well, the thing is that this file needs to have a fixed format, so it's explained here how to create. It's in that.
Yeah.
This moment, but it's explained. For instance, the first position is to start with this value. The second position is to have a number of eight digits and this kind of thing. So you have doubts.
Yeah. So it's basically a format where on each element in HRCB Business you can update, and then you have the element name, the value you want to give it, and the date, right? On the starting date of that value. So that's basically, and then you do that, how do you say that? Not comma separated, but distance. There's a certain distance between the records that you have to take into account. Yeah. Okay, good. And so that this export is something we're not going to show in this movie, how you configure that. That is something that typically consultant does on maybe the customer himself can configure it as well. So you configure that in HRCB Business, but now it's about when that has been configured, how do you get access to that file using the file API?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. How do you upload that file?
How do you upload? Exactly. Yeah. So the important information is to have the pattern of the file required to import that file in HR core business, and also the business file type ID, which is another metadata of the file API. So the file can be delivered. So, I have here Postman, which, to explain how to do that, it's the best way because it's very quick and very easy. The first thing is, as we explained in other movies, is to get the token. And in order to get the token, we need to have the client ID and client secret generated in the developer portal. You will have that information.
Yeah, so that is something. It will be in another movie how to get the client ID and the secret in the developer portal. But basically, you go there, register your application. Your application has a client ID and secret, and based on that, you get your token, which is giving you access to Youforce.
Yes, and assuming that we have this information already available, we will generate the token using this client and client secret. And then we will send a request to our endpoint, files endpoint, using the multipart parameter. In that case, the file is very small. It's just a mutation file, so this file size is very small. And the request look like that.
What does the multipart do, Christo? Why do you need to update it? What's doing?
Well, we have two types of uploading files. If the file is bigger than 4 megabytes, we need to upload the files by chunks. So in that case, we use resumable upload type. We have here another example for uploading files by chunks, upload type resumable. So in that case, the first chunk contains the metadata of the file, which is this section, and also the first chunk of the file, and the second chunks contain only the bytes of the files.
Okay, so it's like, okay, so this
size.
is so this is the, if you have large files bigger than 4 megabytes, you use the upload type resumable. If you don't, you use the upload type multipart.
Exact. That's
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's not go into the complex case. Let's do the basic case, because I think most files should be under 4 megabytes, right? So that's
yes. So
yeah.
we
So
will
let's take
create
that
a separate video for explaining how to upload the files which are bigger than 4 megabytes in different chunks.
Yeah.
But for this video, as you can see, this file is very small, so we can upload it using the multipart endpoint because it's smaller than 4 megabytes. So let's say the most complex part is to configure the body size, the body part, and in this section we have the metadata, which is delimited by this section, foo-bar, but it's the delimiter which is also added in the content type headers. We add we call it boundary to this delimiter, and the metadata that we need to upload the file is the name. At the end, this is the name that will be used by HRCB business to import the file, and the business type ID, which is also used by HRCB business to import the file in that system. So once the multi-part section is completed, then we need to add the content of the file below, like this one, and then we will close the multi-part section here at the bottom.
Okay, so the multipart is it's splitting this is into two pieces: the metadata and the content itself, and the full bar bus is a separator.
Yes,
so between those sections. Separator. Okay, and then so that means in the line 11, and you can like endless put in additional lines with your data,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. This is, in that case, the file is small, so it was filled in one line, but you can have a bigger file in multiple lines. That's not a problem.
Because this line, it contains multiple records, right? I see here. So it's.
What do you mean with multiple records?
I think it contains 2 records in this case in one line. So there's the field algemeen with starting date March the 4th, and it will have value 111. Is that correct? That's how I read it?
Yes, but yeah, to be honest, I don't know if it's related to one employee or multiple employees. Because,
okay, so but that's something you read in the documentation,
yes.
Which you just shown how to exactly format that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
This is just an example file that I received from HRCB business.
Yeah.
So I'm not really deep. Okay, so let's send it. Also, one important information here is the tenant ID. That is a required header that we need to include here in the request to identify the customer related to this file. So we call it the Raet tenant ID, but it's related to a customer Youforce environment. Okay, so for instance, this is a test environment that we have for uploading these kind of files in HRCB business team.
Yeah. But you use that to fill in the customer environment of your customer, right? So
yes.
Yeah.
Good. So I think that's it about the request, and this is the response. In that case, we are going to receive an ID. We'll make it a bit bigger. The ID is the ID of the file. So later on, we can see in the list endpoint also this ID because the file was uploaded, the name, the size of the files, the date that was created, and the tenant related to that file. And this is my application ID. This is the application ID that was used to upload the file and the business step. And well,
how do I know now it was successful? What do I have to look for? Is it just this is okay if I get this response, or
at this moment this is enough to understand for the developer that the file was uploaded or not. So if the developer receives a 201 created response, means that the file was uploaded to the system, and then HRCB business team needs to download the file.
And if I upload the same file twice, you will also have two files uploaded, right? So that will also be processed twice in the remote system.
Yes. I can do a second request with the same file, and it will not be discarded because we are not limiting that the file will have the same name, so different names.
Yeah.
So the file will be uploaded. And we have also an additional endpoint that is pretty new to list the files that were previously uploaded by a developer. So if the developer wants to see the historical of the uploads, we could do this list.
Okay, so you can also do a check if the file is actually uploaded, if you need more certainty.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So this is another endpoint, and for instance, we are showing here that this file and also these two files were recently uploaded.
Yeah. Hey, but this is so you see that the upload is you need to. It's very specific. So are there any ways of getting help? So can I? Do you have examples in the documentation or on how to do this well? Or do you? How can I get?
Well, the Postman workspace, it's available in the documentation. So here we have a section to download the Postman collection, and also an example of environment. So if you configure it, you can use it in order to do your test. And also we have some libraries that you can also use. We have here PowerShell examples and .NET examples. So if you need more details about how to do that, using our SDK, you can also take a look. We have examples for uploading files using PowerShell. In that case, we will mention in another video, but in that case, we don't need to be worried about the file size of the file. So the upload script will do the split of the files in the different chunks. And also we have examples in .NET. Also, we will explain in another video.
Okay.
These examples.
Yeah. Okay. So that's nice. So indeed, you can get the PowerShell of the Postman example, and then you have here some practical SDK or examples from PowerShell or ASP.NET. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks. I think that was it, right? Or is there more to say here?
No, that's it for now. We will create additional videos, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco.